Tonight, she had an affair, moved thousands of miles away, and left her husband and sons behind.
What were you hiding from?
Now, she wants to come back home. Iyanla has 48 hours to fix this broken family.
How do you sit at a table like nothing is going on? You've been gone 3.5 years.
And she's not holding back.
Look at these 3 men that you have jerked around. Tell the truth. You are a grown woman. Put your big girl panties on. What do you want her to know?
Broke my heart.
Will they let her back into their lives? Stay tuned for the shocking revelations.
Are you moving back into the house with this man?
Next.
Life happens to everybody, even me. Life didn't care that I had written a bunch of books, traveled the world speaking, married the love of my life, lived in my dream home, and made a bunch of money. And then life left me broke and feeling broken. The only way to get back was to do the work. I did my work and put my life back together piece by piece. I am Iyanla Van Zant, and I am here to help you do your work. I will go anywhere to support people in growing, healing, living better. So I'm here in Nebraska, and there's a woman here, right in the heart of America, who's made a mistake that she believes has altered the course of her life, her family's life, even the life of people in her community. And if it's happening in the heart of America, it's happening everywhere. Maybe right where you are. I came to Battle Creek, Nebraska to meet up with Amy, a mom who left this small town 3 years ago. She also left behind a husband and 2 teenage sons. After 16 years of marriage, Amy had an affair, moved 1,000 miles away from her family to live with this new man. Now that the relationship is over, Amy wants to come back to her ex-husband and sons and start over. Amy packed up everything she owns and is driving back to Nebraska, a place where everyone knows her business. If I go, do I stay? That must be the question Amy's asking herself. She wants to come home. The stakes are high. We have 48 hours to help this family fix this mess and heal. Hello, sister woman.
Oh, hello. Thank you. Oh, so good to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Want to walk with me?
Okay, okay.
Tell me where you're coming from. Not just the location, but where you are coming from. Where are you coming from?
Well, I was in a city where I blended in, and nobody knew my past. Nobody knew anything about me, and I was free.
Free or hiding?
I felt free, but I guess hiding. Yeah.
Tell me, what were you hiding from?
My past, the shame, guilt, feeling that I wasn't good enough.
So let me ask you this question. Who told you you were broken?
My real dad. I was never good enough for my mom. I always felt like everything I did growing up as a child was wrong.
I want you to speak to me from right here. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want you to say a word unless you can bring it from right here. Okay, tell me how you feel now. Didn't heal, back now, still broken. How does that feel?
I feel like a little kid again.
Yeah. And tell me about your dad. What does that 10-year-old girl want me to know about her dad?
I wish I could have been a daddy's girl.
But you weren't.
No,
What were you?
I was nothing to him. I was scared of him. I was scared he was gonna hurt me.
Hurt you how?
Touch me.
Did he touch you?
Yes.
And how did that feel?
Dirty, horrible.
And how did you feel after he touched you?
Like it was my fault.
Yes. Yes, sweetie. Come here, come here. Come here. How did you manage that all by yourself? How did you manage that all by yourself? What I want you to get is that she has been running your life. That 10-year-old has been running your life. So for all intents and purposes, you were a broken little girl trying to raise little boys. I really want you to get that.
I understand.
So that you can stop brutalizing yourself the way you were brutalized as a child. Amy's abuse that happened at the hands of her stepfather, who has since died, happened many years ago. But like many women who are sexually abused, Amy is stuck, emotionally paralyzed. You ready to take this last mile?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, thank you.
What are you coming back to, and why?
I did miss Rich. I missed our dynamic, our conversations, our laughter. I missed the family get-togethers. I missed the holidays, you know, Christmas and all of that.
It's a fantasy.
That's what I lived that, though. And then I went to San Antonio.
For 16 years, you lived it, feeling less than, feeling like a bad mom, feeling like a failure, feeling like you didn't matter. Oh, but I enjoyed Christmas. This is what you're saying to me. I am not at all advocating for you to walk away from your family, but what I'm not going to do is stand in the fantasy with you. I'm here to be an interruption. An interruption to the patterns and pathologies that don't honor the truth of who you are.
I'm pretty sure she feels like a bad mom. And, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, she left us.
It's frustrating with the constant uncertainty of what's going on.
I don't know how 100% she is actually wanting to fix this family.
Are you willing to lose it all to gain yourself? Because if you say yes to that, it just might cost you everything.
And I don't know if I can do that.
Well, we are about to find out. Coming up, I'm going in. You're not.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Rich, boys. Someone will leave you out in the car. And later, why am I here? How do you sit at a table and break bread together and eat like nothing is going on? I've come to the tiny town of Battle Creek, Nebraska to work with a family that's in the midst of a breakdown. 3 years ago, Amy had an affair. She left her husband and 2 teenage sons to live with a man 1,000 miles away.
That hurt me really bad. I think it hurt me more because of my dad. He's always been pretty good for me, so I think I was more hurt for him than anything. Not so much for myself, but I knew how bad it hurt him.
I wanted to escape all the pain and the guilt that I felt because I didn't feel that I was a good enough mom. I didn't feel like I was a great wife.
6 times Amy's tried to come back home for good. 6 times she's failed. This is number 7, and she's taking me with her. So much to do here and so little time. I have less than 48 hours to support Amy on what could be her last chance at finding peace with her family. And where's the house?
This is the side of the house.
Okay. All right, but you know what? I'm going in. You're not.
Okay.
I want to talk to Rich and the boys. Someone will leave you out here in the car.
Okay.
When a family breaks down, the scar tissue is deep. And I suspect that neither Rich nor his sons understand the gravity of this moment. I've asked Amy to wait in the car and reflect on the lives that have been affected by her choices. Hi, Rich.
Hi there. How are you?
Iyanla. How
Come
are
on
you?
in.
Thank you for having me. Ooh. Hi, how are you?
My name's Caleb.
Hi, Caleb. Nice
to
to
meet
meet you.
Yes.
And you are?
I'm Austin.
Yeah, the
Nice to meet you.
basketball player. Thank you for having me in your home.
Austin, why don't you come over and
Thank
sit over
you.
here with us?
One of the reasons that I'm here is because I really want to support all of you. I want to ask you if I could just have a little time with your dad, and then I'll bring you back in.
All right.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Can I ask you a hard question?
And I might answer.
But what is going on in the mind of a woman that walks away from a 16-year marriage and leaves her children? What did you tell yourself about that woman?
She's not right.
What does that mean?
That means I can't imagine a reason good enough to abandon your kids.
Are you clear that you married a girl?
A 20-year-old with a child.
And a history of abuse and
That I didn't
violence
know
and
at that
all.
time. Yeah, that I didn't know until after we were married.
So you didn't even know who you were marrying, really?
Well, not that part. I didn't.
So you lived for 16 years with a woman, mother of your son, and have no idea she's unhappy?
Oh, no.
What if she just wanted out?
Then why didn't she say that?
Why didn't you know it?
I guess, the communication was bad.
I wonder what they're saying in the house right now. I wonder what they're feeling more than anything. Will they be happy to see me?
What is your wish? What would you like to see happen?
I want to be in a relationship where my partner feels like a partner.
Is she relationship material? Do you even know who she is?
I know her better than anybody on the planet.
Oh, really? So why didn't you know she was unhappy?
Because I think part of that's a story.
No, it's not a story.
Part of it is.
Do I feel that I'm in love with him? Some days, yes, and some days, no. But I honestly don't think that I will ever find anybody in my life like Rich.
And I asked you, why do you want her? But I just find it interesting that you never said, because I love her. Never said it. I'm a stranger. I don't know you.
Do I have those warm feelings? Not right now. Because.
Wow.
Because.
Doesn't matter why.
Okay.
Really want you to be present with that. That a woman who's broken and wounded inside, who's filled right now with an incredible amount of courage, just as you are, but shame and guilt, coming back to a small town where everybody knows her business, to a man that has no warm feelings inside for her. Thank you for your honesty. So maybe we'll bring the boys back in, get ready for her. Okay? It's important for me to hear from Caleb and Austin. I need to understand just how much hope they have about their mother coming back home this time. So here we are today, 3.5 years later. She's been in and out. Did you ever think she was going to stay before?
No.
No.
I never did.
So what's different now?
I honestly don't think anything's much different. I got a very pessimistic outlook, kind of, toward her coming back.
If I don't feel like they want me back here, I'll probably will leave again.
Can you welcome her back into this home? I mean, welcome her with your heart open, your mind open, your arms open. Can you do that?
Yeah, I think I could.
What about you?
Yeah, I could. I'd have no problem with it.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
Come on, Will, you're not gonna...
Thanks, sweetheart. Guys okay? Sure?
I'm fine.
Doing okay?
I wanted to give Amy and her family some time alone, so I went into another room to watch on monitors as the Erickson family sat down to dinner.
So what's new with you, Rich? Anything?
Got a new band, I told you that.
All of the
still
stuff that she
in the
talked
same
about
house?
today, what he said, what they said, and they're all sitting there eating like it's, this is crazy. This is crazy making. And that's how she was able to stay 16 years and he didn't know what was going on.
And then we're gonna do work on the inside too.
Will they just take it off the rent, or what?
I call them and tell them the day of the rent's due.
Whose idea was that?
It was both of ours.
Really?
The way this woman wept today,
That's really good, Caleb.
where is that? Coming up, you've been gone 3.5 years. That's your business that you didn't handle. And why are you now enrolling them after the emotional turmoil you've already caused in their life? I need you to tell the truth. Three and a half years ago, Amy told her family she'd been having an affair and she was moving 1,000 miles away to live with this new man.
I'll never forget the pain and the hurt in her eyes.
She came back a few times and it just felt like she was almost teasing us.
This is Amy's 7th attempt to come back home, and I have 48 hours to support this family in healing.
Do I have those warm feelings? Not right now.
This is gonna be a big shock for her, I think.
I watched the family sit down to their first meal together in months. They all sitting there eating like it's, this is crazy. This is crazy making. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Might I join you?
Please do, come on.
Thank you. Good. I want to play a little musical chairs. Is that okay? So I was in the back watching you guys eat. Lovely little family dinner. Lovely family dinner. And I couldn't help but ask myself, why am I here? Why am I here? This cannot be the people that I was speaking to today about heartbreak and being lost and unhappy and betrayed and lied to. Why am I here? How do you sit at a table and break bread together and eat like nothing is going on?
Takes away from things being awkward. It's just, we don't need to make it awkward, so.
But it is awkward.
That's
Your mother left you and your brother and your father for another man, and then comes back and has shells and meat sauce. That is awkward, boo.
Yeah, well, I just try not to make it, so I just try to ignore the fact and I just go with as is now, so.
Ignore the fact. Is that what y'all do around here? Ignore the big, huge elephant sitting in the table? There's an elephant in the middle of the table. Am I the only person that sees it? Do you have any idea of the pain you caused these two young men?
No.
Not from your perspective, but from their perspective.
No, I can't possibly know what I did to them.
Tell her what she demonstrated to you that you can expect from women. Tell her, look at her.
When it comes to women, I just feel like I gotta be controlling because I don't know if they're gonna leave and go off with someone else. And I get really scared and I don't feel like I'm good enough for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you a question. This is the truth bowl. This is the truth we need to tell, the truth that we haven't spoken, that is going to give you what you need to rebuild this family. Because right now, what I want you to know is you're going to fail miserably. What's the truth that you need to put in this bowl?
The truth for me is I have some work that I have to do on myself, and that's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. But I need to know that you guys are going to be, I know I don't deserve it, but I need to know that you guys are going to be with me through it all.
You know what? Wait a minute. That is the most emotionally manipulative, passive-aggressive mother trick. That's I know I don't deserve it, but I need to know you're gonna be there. Why should they be there? You've been gone 3.5 years. You didn't do the work on yourself. Now you come back and get them enrolled in you doing what you didn't do when you were out 3.5 years? Come on. That's about you. That's your business that you didn't handle. And why are you now enrolling them after the emotional turmoil you've already caused in their life?
You're right.
I don't need to be right. I need you to tell the truth. Because I'm leaving out of here in another day. I won't be here. The reason I came back is?
The reason I came back is because I wanted out of the emptiness that I felt without you guys. I wanted out of the pain that I had caused myself and you. And I wanted out of that. And I wanted to feel good again. And the only way I can feel good is with you in my life. I just need to feel loved by you. That's what I miss, is I need to feel loved by you. And that is my truth.
So in essence, you're using them to feel good.
I am. They make me whole.
No, that is too much responsibility to put on your children.
They don't have to do anything.
Yeah. You said they make you feel whole. That's an emotional manipulation. You're holding them emotionally hostage. I really want you to see what that looks like. So I've got to go get something. I'm going to go get it and I'm going to come back, okay? All right? I'll be right back. Coming up. Tell the truth!
I love you, but I'm dying here.
It's getting late in Battle Creek, Nebraska, and time is running out. But I'm concerned that Amy isn't getting it. She needs to understand why coming back home hasn't worked in the past, and that if she doesn't fix herself, it never will. I think I need to demonstrate to Amy and her family how they're still connected and how some important ties have been broken. I need you to stand up. Yeah, just you. And you see this? Hold that. You hold that in. This is the marital cord. This is the foundation that really brought all of you together. The bond between a man and his wife. Okay? Now you stand over there. And I want you to come over here and join your father. This is the umbilical cord. Now, I know it got cut when they got born, but as moms, there's always a piece of us tied to our babies. This is what you call the relationship cord, because this is based on day-to-day interactions. And this is based on how people feel about one another and how they see one another. Now, I want you to move and notice what happens. Come to me. Come to me. Every time you move, look what you do.
Right.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe it's time to
Cut that cord.
They are going to be okay. You moved, the marital string is broke. You left your babies and cut the umbilical cord. And they're okay. It's you. And you can't be here to use them for your benefit. Either you're gonna show up whole and complete as a mother and a wife, or don't even bother, because they are going to be okay. What is the truth that you need to put in a bowl?
That I want out of here. I don't fit in.
Look at them. Look at these three men that you have jerked around. Tell the truth.
I love you, but I'm dying here. And I can't see my life without you guys.
She doesn't know how to leave here and have you in her life.
I don't think I can make it without them.
They are not your source. You are a grown woman. Put your big girl panties on and don't use them to fill your cup. Fill your cup and share it with them. And if you can't do that here as a wife and a mother.
But I want to do it here as a wife and a mother. I do.
You want to do it here from a broken place, beloved. What happened? Tell me what's going on.
No.
Come on, tell me what's going on. It's okay. Tell me what's going on. Right here. I feel it. Ooh.
It seems like we're not important enough to stay here where
And
we
you
are.
know that's not what she said, right?
Yeah, I know that.
That's what you
just
heard.
what
I know.
Yeah.
Wow. Come here. This baby is so wounded. Wow. Come here. Come here. Talk to your mother. Talk to your mother, please.
Tell me the truth.
Just want you to make a decision. I mean, are we more important, or is San Antonio? I mean, we're that important in your life. It should be an easy choice. I mean,
But she also needs to know that if she chooses her life outside of Battle Creek, that she won't lose you. It's not you. It's not you.
I can't leave them again. I was without them for 3 years, and
You've been without yourself for 39. Doesn't mean that you're leaving them forever. Do you understand that?
I know I need to be whole for them.
For you need to be whole for you. You need to be whole for you. You don't have anything to give them. What you're giving them are broken pieces of yourself, which is killing both of you. Look at them. What keeps you tied to her? Do you know he doesn't have warm, fuzzy, loving feelings for you?
No.
This is done. This is done as it was. Now it's possible to build it up again, to recreate it, to redefine it. That's possible. But that's going to be about you making the choice. They're going to be okay. You know why? They've got each other.
I don't like that.
You don't like it. You created it. Is it your intention to bring your stuff in here?
I think that's what I need to do.
Well, you know what? I don't know where you're going to stay, but it won't be in this house, and it won't be tonight. Y'all are getting ready to get right back into the same pattern and cycle you've been in, and nothing has changed. She hasn't changed. You just had some new awarenesses. They don't even know what needs to be changed, and y'all getting ready to do this again? Not on my watch. So where you gonna sleep tonight?
In my hotel.
Huh? Hey, works for me. It'll be any place, but it won't be in this house. And in order to fix this, you gotta get clear about what you want, and you have to have the courage to ask for it. And you've gotta be willing to hear a no. Let's come back together in the morning, because there's another conversation I think I need to have with you, and a conversation you two need to have with each other. You got some thinking to do. Okay, kiss your babies, let's go. Amy is lost right now, and I think this family needs to take some time apart and alone to just reflect on what just happened and come back tomorrow and face the truth and tell the truth about what they need and what they want from each other. Coming up, after 3.5 years, Caleb finally lets go.
Broke my heart.
Yeah.
I don't know how to cope with it.
I've been in Nebraska for 24 hours working with Amy and her family. Yesterday, I learned that she was abused as a child by her stepfather, who is now deceased. Did he touch you?
Yes.
Last night, truth was brought to the table.
I'm dying here. And I can't see my life without you guys.
Only 24 hours left before Amy must decide if she stays or goes. But first, I want to support her sons in understanding that their mother comes from a broken place. So how you doing this morning? It's early. What do you want for you in your relationship with your mom?
Just to have a healthy relationship, good relationship with her.
Okay, good. What about you?
During the time that she was gone, I would notice my friends have great relationships with their mothers, and every time that just took me back, and it really made me wish I had the same thing. I mean, that's...
What keeps you from having it?
Resentment. That definitely holds me back. So I always keep my guard up because I always feel like I'm just gonna get hurt again, so.
You have to take responsibility to grow a new relationship with your mom, because you can't undo the one you had. It's gonna take time and work. Are you willing to do the work?
Yeah.
I want you to talk to your mom. Caleb's pain is palpable, and his healing will only begin when he speaks his truth. What do you feel when you look at her?
As a kid, I was always really scared of you.
I know.
I didn't want to be around you because I always felt like I was going to get yelled at. I always felt like I was just a big mess up.
Yes. And where was your dad in that?
He was trying to comfort me through it, help me get past it. Always telling me she did love me, but I just look past it and say, no, she just wants to yell at me.
Yeah. And how did that make you feel about yourself?
Worthless.
Worthless. Does that sound familiar to you?
Everything he described is exactly everything that I felt growing up.
Yes.
And I didn't realize it, but I became my mother.
Yeah. You taught him to deny how he feels, the same way you were taught to deny how you feel. And your feelings matter. You matter, Caleb. You matter. And she couldn't give you what she didn't have. I want you to sit here. I want to sit there. Come a little closer. What do you want her to know?
It broke my heart.
Yeah.
He destroyed what self-esteem I had. And I've been lost for a long time. I don't know how to cope with it. You're always the one who was punishing me, so when I feel that you're being nice, it doesn't feel real.
Forgive me.
For what?
For breaking your heart and not letting you have a chance to be who you were meant to be. The last thing in the world that I ever wanted to do was to make you feel that way, because you were my everything.
Let me show you what he needed. You come over here. Let me show you what your baby needed. He needed you to take him in your arms, to put his head on your bosom, and to just let him be. That's what he needed. Your communication has to be consistent, and it has to be about him, not about correction. You don't get to mother him now. You get to be his mother. The love, the support, the nurturing. You are one of the most courageous young men I've met in a long time. Turn to her and tell her what you need from her now. Ask for what you want. Tell her what you need.
I need not to hear all your problems anymore.
Okay.
I got a lot of my own going on, and I need you to be there for me.
We're gonna get through it, I promise. Can I have a hug?
No.
I'm so sorry, sweetie. I love you so much.
Coming up, will she stay or go? Amy's decision next. My 48 hours in Battle Creek, Nebraska are coming to an end, and I did not hold back with this family. There were breakdowns.
Broke my heart. I don't know how to cope with it.
And breakthroughs.
I'm dying here.
Amy drove 1,000 miles, and now she claims she doesn't know what she wants. And Rich claims he doesn't know whether he wants Amy or not. But it all comes down to this moment. It's decision time. Are you moving back into the house with this man?
I don't know.
This is not your daddy. His responsibility is not to take care of you. You are a grown woman. What if she's just back here to get you to take care of her? What if?
If that's the what if, I'm not interested.
What do you want moving forward?
I want something different and better than it was.
What do you want?
I want the same.
So you're not married anymore.
No.
So you'll have to kind of court and date. Because you can't go back to the pattern that you were in, just assuming things about one another. Are you willing to leave Battle Creek?
I'm not walking out now because I don't know what I got.
Yes or no, beloved?
No.
Not willing to
No.
leave Battle Creek.
No.
And you, as a single woman, are saying, I'm dying in this place. I hate it here. I don't want to stay here.
Right.
That is the truth the way it is.
Yeah, but there's more to it than just that.
Oh, really? And what would that be? That you would be willing to give up your life, your heart, your dream, your vision to stay in Battle Creek?
Because when I think of the characteristics that I want in a partner, everything goes back to him.
You have a good-hearted, God-centered man who's willing to hold on to your kids while you heal. But you may have to love him enough to let him go in order to find yourself. Put your big girl panties on and do what scares you. Which is what?
Make it on my own.
Powerful awareness. And as long as you use him as a crutch, you stay crippled.
I know.
My work here is done.
Thank you so much.
Out of Battle Creek.
So what's next?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of changes that have to be made. And we have a lot of discussions. We can do it though, right?
Sure we can.
Here, let me hug you. Let's go.
Sometimes things just die. They do. We don't want them to, but they do. They die. And that doesn't mean that they can't come back to life, but they've got to come back as something new, not as the same old dead thing. If you're trying to renew, rebirth, create a new normal in your life, then you've got to do some work. You've got to clarify what the problem is. Take responsibility for your role in it. You've got to ask for what you want, commit to a new behavior, and be willing to let the past go in order to have something new. You work on that. In the meantime, stay in peace, not pieces.